Hi, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Justin Lee and I'm part of the BFB orienteering program.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like those run by BFB important?
It gives me experience in running my own projects for when I eventually do have to do them by myself, and like when I'm in college or when I have a job.
What impact does BFB make on the community?
I'd say BFB promotes diversity and acceptance of all peoples, no matter their race, ethnicity, sexuality.
What is one message you'd like to share with the community?
I think everyone should be accepting of everyone without considering like racial characteristics, sexual characteristics, or anything like that.
Thank you.
Hi, please introduce yourself.
I'm Ethan. I'm one of the student leaders at Hidden 716.
What does BFB mean for you?
BFB means to me, most importantly, diversity. It's really nice to see all these different cultures, especially today at the concert. So many cultures being together, sharing so many experiences, culture, and food.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like those run by BFB important to you?
Especially with Hidden 716, it's kind of personal to me. My parents have owned businesses. I understand how hard it can be for immigrant businesses. I'm here to help out other people who have the same experience as my parents, ease into the language barriers and the social media barriers that may present as being an immigrant in a new country.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
I think the most important impact is not only the diversity of cultures, but them interacting with each other. You see, there's a lot of cultures in BFB, but most importantly, they're working together. They're interacting with each other. They're not separated inside within certain groups. So I think that is one of the most important things that BFB brings about to our community.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
Please go and support your immigrant businesses that are local to you. I'm sure they'll be very appreciative of you.
Hi, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ethan Zhang. I'm one of the leaders for BFB Orienteer.
What does BFB mean to you?
To me, BFB is a program where we can promote diversity and different cultures.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
I think BFB provides, we host events and different showcases to broadcast different cultures to the general public.
If you could give one message to the community, what would it be?
I think we should all be more accepting and embrace other people's cultures.
Hello, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Emma Zhang, and I'm the student leader of Stop Hunger and the One World Choir.
What does BFB mean to you?
To me, Bridges from Borders is a place where communities can come together to really make collaboration possible and to work together to have these initiatives.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like those by BFB important?
Supporting these youth-led groups is so important because our youth are going to be the next leaders of our community. So it's important to show them that they have a voice and that they are potential change makers so that they can continue these initiatives and share their impact.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
Bridges from Borders is so impactful because it's able to bring our communities together. It's able to show people that they have a voice and that their ideas matter. And most importantly, it's able to help immigrant families so that we're able to show them that this community cares about them and really wants to help them integrate and find relationships.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
If I could share one message, I would tell people to get involved, to really come out here and join Bridges from Borders so that they can make a difference and really help our community grow and forge relationships.
Hi, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Waj.
What does BFB mean to you?
It means to me that it's like a way I can connect to different kinds of people, like understand different kinds of religion, culture, etc.
How does BFB make an impact on the community?
It teaches other people, like from different religion and culture, different kinds, which makes nice connections.
If you could give one message to the community, what would it be?
It would be make different kinds of connections.
Hello, please introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Jane Rose Abbey. I'm a mental health counseling student at UB, and I am a mental health intern this year for Bridges from Borders.
What does BFB mean to you?
So BFB means a lot of things. I think the main thing is just bringing communities together. I think when a lot of communities come here from their home countries. Maybe they're displaced a little bit. They don't have people to connect with and meet. And I feel like BFB has made a space where everyone can be comfortable, meet with other people that are like them or different from them, and just make connections and build that community that we need.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like BFB important to you?
Yeah, I think it's important because everyone says the youth is the future. I feel like it's important to instill good morals and values into our youth, and by providing them the space where they can be creative, connect with their own peers, connect with other people in the community, it just allows them to grow and prosper. And I think BFB is doing a really good job of that, and they help them when they're youth, and then you can continue with BFB. So I think it's just a good starting place too.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
Yeah, like I was saying before, I think the biggest thing is just bringing people together. I think when BFB was started, a lot of people didn't feel like they had anyone. They felt alone, and I feel like BFB has just, like I said, provided a space where people can come together and connect and make friendships and express themselves, whether that's through music, chess, anything. It's just a place to be creative, be yourself, be proud of your community, and connect with communities you've never thought you would ever connect with before. So, yeah.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
To continue to get to know each other, continue to grow with one another, and just support one another. We are all we have in this world, so I feel like, our differences make us special, but we have so much in common. So I feel like that's the biggest thing for communities that maybe think that they're different, but there's so much that connects us in the end. So yeah, just finding that connection, I think.
Hello, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Grace Wang. I'm a junior at Williamsville East High School, and I'm the co-founder and student leader of BFB's #One World Chess Club initiative.
What does BFB mean to you?
BFB is a community to me. I offer free chess classes to different students bi-weekly, and throughout the last 20 so classes, I have really become close with the students as well as their parents.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like BFB important to you?
It's important to me because the community gives us a lot, and I think it's very important to give back to the community, whether that is the underprivileged or refugees.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
BFB helps, as in its name, it helps bridge communities together through different means, such as my chess club, there's the student orchestra, as well as a program that helps to support immigrant businesses.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
The one message I would share is to really form meaningful connections with others, as it brings a lot of happiness to your life, and you're also positively impacting others. Thank you.
Hello, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Lou Bergner. I am the director of the Amherst Senior Singers, and I sing in the One World Chorus.
What does BFB mean to you?
I was introduced to BFB just a year ago, a little less than a year ago, and I thought the idea was wonderful, that we're bringing together people from different countries to try to make their lives better here in the United States.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like BFB important to you?
I think that youth-led movements are extremely important because it prepares our youth for service to the community in many different ways, and it gives them something meaningful to do and a way to contribute. And I think that's something that all youth want to do and they find very important.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
I'm not really familiar with the effect on the greater community, but certainly on the people that I've met here at BFB, there's a sense of community, there's a sense of unity, there's a sense of belonging. And I know from experience, having lived in other countries, that having the opportunity to belong to something is very important in understanding who we are and developing our identity.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
The most important message that I think I have for the community is to remember that while we're all different, there's tremendous variety and diversity in mankind. First and foremost, we are all human beings, and that basically unites us.
Hello, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Benoit Kabaiza. I'm originally from Rwanda in Africa. Community-wise, I'm a member of Magnificat Choir and Ikirezi dancing group. Both will be performing tonight. And I'm also the president of Umuco Group, and we have members from Rwanda, Burundi, and Congo.
What does BFB mean to you?
It means a lot. Organizing an event like this, One World Concert, it's an opportunity for us to share our culture, our values, and it's really an opportunity to meet other people. If I say about sharing, it means sharing with not only with the local community, but also with other immigrant communities from different countries, different continents.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like those run by BFB important?
It is very important. As you know, we need to keep the youth busy. So we don't want to see them on the street doing bad things. So it's really important to make them busy, to make them involved in the community activities. So that's very important.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
As I just mentioned, it gives opportunity for everybody to feel like integrated. So when we meet, when you see the diversity and you see people from everywhere, we didn't even know before we had an event like this. So it's really important to have that opportunity to know other countries, other cultures, and also to feel like we are together.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
It's easy. I can say that we are a diversified community, so let's get together as one. If we get together as one, we will achieve more.
Hi, please introduce yourself.
My name is Vicky Chang. I'm the so-called chief musician of One World Choir. And my main job is choosing the songs and teaching them and directing. Like tonight, we are going to have on stage, I'm directing, and also right now I oversee the youth orchestra.
What does BFB mean to you?
It's a very interesting journey. I just teased that I was dragged in. They told me there is a group, okay, it's called
Bridges from Borders?
Yes. And they told me what their mission is, their goal is, and it's very interesting. I'm thinking, oh, okay, because I'm a musician, I direct many courses, I'm teaching, like private and at school, but it sounds intriguing, so I agree. And when I coming in, actually, at the beginning, it's not what I thought, but it's still very interesting. And I see it's been 3 years, so I see how it grows, and it's very exciting.
Why do you think youth-led programs like those run by BFB are so important?
I think the youth right now, this world from when I growing up is totally different. They have so many resources. The information, everything is bombarded. Mm-hmm. But I think there's many groups, they try to help the youth, but the thing is it's from adult point of view. But this group, I think, they try to interview or talk to the youth. Mm-hmm. So from their point of view, what do they need? So I think the angle is different. And I think it's very important. And we can see past 3 years, we see how the growth of the youth and they gain confidence and everything. So I think this angle is correct. We are on the right track. That's what I'm thinking.
So what would you say BFB's impact on the community is?
The first thing is what I was directing other community chorus, and I see it's like a limited. Like the immigrants will be like one, like a background or cultural, okay? And then here, I think is they bring different backgrounds, different communities melting in one. I think that's very important.
If you could give one message to the community, what would it be?
I think it's just relax and embrace.
Hi, please introduce yourself.
I'm Judge Mary Carney. I'm a judge in Erie County Family Court.
What does BFB mean to you?
BFB to me means community. I got to meet Jan during COVID at a time when everybody was really isolated and lonely, and I was able to be a judge for the Mental Health Ambassador Project, the first one, which my story came from, and it to me meant community, and it came at the perfect time.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like those run by BFB important?
Oh my gosh, I think it's so important. First of all, the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. So I look to you all like you're my future colleagues, and the work that you're doing, I want to support because I think it's very important for the connectivity of individuals feeling supported, feeling like their voices are being heard, and so that someday when I'm a very old lady, you'll let me come to the One World concert.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
I think it's huge. To me, to see, even just walking through here, seeing so many different people from obviously different backgrounds, hearing different languages, but enjoying a sense of community together. The more compassion and kindness that in events like this that the BFB puts out into the community, I think it strengthens us. It makes people feel safer. It makes people feel like they belong. And I think what it will ultimately do is have more success, of individuals, because they'll feel like they can do anything. They can be themselves and be their best selves.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. Be kind. Be compassionate. Everybody, I think, is having their own hard battles that they fight internally. And the more we give one another grace to be ourselves, I think that, I guess that's my message, is like, the more compassion and kindness you put out there, it's returned to you. And in a sense, it makes you better and them better. You give and receive. And as you give kindness and compassion and understanding and grace to others, it comes back to you.
Hi, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Emily Zhang, and I am an 11th grader this year, and I am running the BFB student ensemble for the One World Choir.
What does BFB mean to you?
BFB means to me a very valuable community, especially since I started participating in BFB when I was in 8th grade, so about 3 years ago, and working with a team and all of the diverse students in my student ensemble, I feel like we're making an impact in the community.
Why do you think supporting youth-led organizations like those run by BFB are so important?
I feel like students and young people are often shut off because of our age and our voices aren't really heard. So I think BFB is an incredible opportunity for students to make an impact on the team and in the community and be heard.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
It's important to voice out what matters to us and try our best to strive for an impact in the community. I think that BFB's impact on the community is starting off with a lot of diverse people from all different cultures. And as people come, they also attract and impact other people to see how much fun people from all different communities have together. And so the community is interconnected through BFB.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Perry Pakalut. I am a productivity specialist at Linde. Linde is a global company that does industrial gases all around the world. I'm here supporting BFB.
What does BFB mean to you?
Well, BFB is, one of the two of our core, at Linde, two of our core values is community and inclusion. So I think BFB is encompasses of all those two things as well. So with Linde, we want to make sure to promote and work and kind of improve the community that we live in. And inclusion is, we try to reach out to everybody and be an inclusive environment, right? So I think BFB encompasses both of those two things.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like the ones at BFB important?
I'm not really involved in this, but I know they have a great program like the chess club, right? So I've heard a lot about it, and even some of our colleagues say their daughters and sons at any age could come in. So I think it's a great thing, having youth from different backgrounds, and they could network and basically follow up on the vision of BFB. Where try to reach out to different borders with different people of different cultures, so anybody could join.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
I think as a great, as a BFB have a great impact, right? Because especially for events like this is my second time attending. As I could see, even from different, different food, music, different activities, concert choirs. So I think it helps, bridging, borders, right? Bringing people from different backgrounds. So it's very impactful.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
I would say, keep doing what you guys doing. Keep reaching out. I know. Like right now, it's a little bit tense about diversity, but I think it's be resilient and just keep reaching out. And I think everybody will be fine.
Hi, please introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Leslie Ying. I'm a professor at UB and teaching electrical engineering and biomedical engineering.
What does BFB mean to you?
Oh yeah, BFB means a lot to me because I helped Yan Liu to start this organization. So initially we had a meeting at Spark Coffee, and then we discussed the idea. And so she was like, "Oh, I'm not sure if it's gonna fly." And so it was during pandemic, and so we had really nice discussion. And but I feel it's a great idea, so I encouraged her, and so we discussed a few possible ways, but. I feel it was very challenging, but I still encourage her. But nowadays, I feel okay. It's amazing. It's really exceeded my expectation.
Why do you think supporting youth-led groups like those run by BFB is important?
Oh yeah, it's so youth, especially the age group, we're helping. The BFB is helping. Now it's middle school, high school, and so they are in the critical age of mental health and develop the view of the world around us, right, and our community. So this is very important, to have the support, to provide the support.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
So far, we see tremendous impact.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's because I'm mainly from Chinese community, and I seen a lot of youth involved in all kind of event here, and so they grow, and so they finish high school and go to college, and they still benefit from whatever they learn from here. And so I'm sure I saw other community the kids also benefited, but probably I know more about Chinese community.
If you could give one message to the community, what would it be?
one message is, come support us.
Hello, please introduce yourself.
Hi, yeah, my name is Yingzi. I'm a chemical engineering working at DuPont, and I'm in the choir of the One World. I'm gonna be performing very soon. So I joined this, this is the third year I'm in the choir, and also this year we started a reading group. So I was the group leader of the reading group.
What does BFB mean to you?
Okay, for me, it's a place that I really enjoy what the ideal community is supposed to look like in my mind. So myself, as an immigrant, I don't feel myself really involved in the here local community very well, but the BFB kind of provided a chance for me to really enjoy time with other members from all different backgrounds and together, really doing something together enjoyable.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like BFB so important?
Okay, so it's the same concept as I'm enjoying time in the BFB with all different activities. I do think to get this community idea of everybody from different background all living together, prosper together. This concept really we need to kind of cultivate from young, when our offsprings, our kids were young, so they all know what the community really means to us as human beings. So I think it's really important for younger ones to participate in this kind of program. So that's why I think it's very important for the young volunteers to participate in this.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
It affected my life. I think the impact is it really touches people's life, especially people like me. I've kind of felt isolated because I'm my immigrant background. So I was kind of living in my own life, my little world with my family and with my own background people. But BFB actually gave me a chance to really get involved in other people's activities from different backgrounds. I think this was really community means. So BFB affected my life in a positive way, enjoyable way. I think that's what it means to the people in the community, right? The other people to the community also.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
Okay. So at this moment, I really want to say thank you for all the people I met in this group, in all the activities. I know they are all from our community, which I never met before, a lot of them. And I get a chance to spend time with them, participate in different activities with them, really enjoy life together, to be honest. So I really appreciate we still have this. It's kind of a precious place, that's especially when now United States is kind of in a hard time, and breaking and separations happening all over the place in our daily life. I mean, this really make this program really precious to a lot of people when we are having a hard time, especially in the United States.
Hello, could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Scott Sabella. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Graduate School of Education at University at Buffalo, and I'm in the Department of Counseling School and Educational Psychology.
What does BFB mean to you?
Well, I guess it's something that I wasn't aware of, and it's grown in importance over the last 2 years since I found out about BFB and connected and realized that some of my students were members of BFB and involved with BFB, and it's become just a community organization that we are doing outreach to and connecting with people in our community, and has just grown in importance over that time.
Why is supporting youth-led volunteer groups like BFB important?
You know, there's a lot of reasons. I'm an educator, and I work with master's level students mostly, but we really want to forward the idea of mental health and well-being for everyone in the communities. And part of our charge as counselors is is trying to impact young people and people in our communities. And I'm not sure that we always do a great job in higher education of connecting with young people and connecting with communities. And it's just really important. And if we're doing research and trying to impact the well-being in the communities, that we actually communicate and connect with the community.
What impact does BFB have on the community?
Well, directly with what we do, we research well-being and mental health and research assistive technology and promoting well-being for individuals with disabilities and mental health disabilities. So part of that is outreach to underserved or groups that maybe have barriers to access for mental health or barriers to access to all services, public services. And again, this is a group that we've connected with, and we've been able to get our word out and understand some of the needs and barriers that people are experiencing, and in some ways maybe try and understand those better and act to try and improve that.
And for the last question, if you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
Well, I guess I'm going to stick with what our message was today in the expo, and our message was trying to talk about the importance of community and also try and negate or lessen the stigma of mental health and seeking mental health services. And that we provided a number of resources today related to that and talked about stigma in communities. And we want to ease that because we know that a lot of people don't seek mental health services when they could benefit from them, and we want to just reduce that any way we can.
Hello, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Jing. I'm the founder of Starry Bridge. It is a program currently incubated under the Bridge from Borders. So this is a program aimed to support immigrant families who have kids on the autism spectrum and developmental delays.
What does BFB mean to you?
Because we share the same values, my programs and BFB share the same values. It's all about every person, every family deserve to be seen, supported, and connected.
If you could share one message with the community, what would it be?
So I would say celebrate this community, celebrate the resilience, and also celebrate the connection that across all humanity.